Alright guys, today we're talking about, does retention actually attract women? This is going to be my honest opinion about, does it attract women? Will you notice women approaching you, talking to you, or just showing more interest? I'm going to be giving you guys my logical perspective on it, just going based off my own personal experiences, and also what I learned from Reddit stories, viewers commenting down on my videos. Also, a quick little shout out to all my returning viewers and returning subscribers. I do appreciate you guys clicking back, but let's go ahead and dive right back into the subject. So this is going to be something that I noticed. So in my honest opinion, you'll notice like a lot of these retention videos, they'll mention benefits and all that. Some benefits are essentially real. Some of them are just like made up. I'm like, okay, well, I never noticed that. But the attraction one is something that you could notice and then you could also not. And the reason why I say it's kind of both is because there's tons and tons of factors that come into play. So like your environment, if you're always at home, you're not going out, you're not going and doing activities, of course you're not going to notice women pay attention to you and all that, because you're always constantly home. So your social environment's going to come into play. So if you're going to the supermarket, you're going out to go and do activities where there's tons and tons of people, well, you're going to start noticing, oh, okay, women are going to be paying attention to you, or they could approach you. The other thing is, you have to pay attention to your benefits. So here's the thing, like with the benefits, not all benefits are there. So like essentially the energy, feeling energetic, your testosterone, being driven, feeling confident, having a deeper voice. This is one that my girlfriend, she's actually noticed, is like my facial features. They pretty much change as I get onto longer retention streaks. So you kind of have to pay attention to these benefits. And the reason I say you pay attention to them is because essentially once you find out, oh, okay, roughly around 30 days is when women typically start approaching me or start any type of conversation. It's like, okay, well, you know, after 30 days that you're going to notice women more than likely approach you or talk to you. So you kind of have to look for these benefits and see exactly when they happen and what days they happen, just so you can be a little bit consistent and see if it's true or not. Because if not, essentially, you know, I could just be like, oh, okay, well, it was just one lucky day and somebody out of the blue just approached you and started a conversation and it was nothing common and you're just making something up to be. So start tracking it, start paying attention to it. In my case, essentially with all my retention stories that I covered on this YouTube channel, I normally notice them after 28 days, so after 4 weeks. So I recommend you guys do retention for about 30 to 60 days, so 1 month to 2 months if you guys can, and just pay attention and see if anything happens, and then reset your streak and see if anything happens with those days below. Wait till you hit the 30 to 60 day mark and see if you notice anything again. You want to look for that consistency. The other thing I want to mention is, if you're attractive, the more attractive you are, the more attention you're going to get. So if you're about average, well, you'll probably notice some attraction. The other thing I want to mention is being aware of it. So this is something that I noticed from when I first started learning about retention, the eye contact attraction. Well, essentially, once I learned about that, I started holding more and more eye contact with people just in general. And then I was like, oh, okay, well, I see this person looking at me, I see that person looking at me. So, you know, pay attention to what you're learning. So this video, it could be making you aware of it. The other thing is, it could make you just be paying attention to it. Again, you have to come from a logical perspective. So that's why I'm saying be consistent with all these things, take them into consideration. But from what I noticed, essentially the women attraction is there if you are average to above average. If you're average, like a little bit slightly below average, and essentially you're not going to notice any attraction. I had somebody before comment, oh, I haven't noticed any attraction. Well, the thing is, you have to be good looking, because I noticed, like, I can be on like a really low streak and I'll still get attention. It won't be any attention like conversations or anything like that, but like I'll notice women checking me out and all that. So it's different. And so that's why I'm saying take almost everything into consideration. Spend the time to think about it. But the main things I want you guys to focus on is how attractive are you. If you're average to above average, you should be noticing the woman attraction just naturally. And then on top of that, if you're on that scale, pay attention to the days. So like how I said, that 30 to 60 day mark, notice if women start up any conversations, they'll talk to you indirectly, they'll ask you something like that's so totally out of the blue. Like essentially with me, I'm going to my day-to-day basis and I'll be at the store or something, and before you know it, they just ask me a certain question about something that I tried or whatever, and it's just like so out of the blue. It doesn't really happen. You know, people don't really talk to me when I go shopping. It's just something that I notice. But like if it's consistent from that 30 to 60 day mark and it happens several times, well, more than likely it is true. That's why I'm saying just be consistent. And then the other thing is your social environment. So realize, you know, are you surrounded by tons and tons of people? And then being aware of these videos. So anyways guys, shorter video, don't forget to smash that like button. Hopefully that explained that for you. I'll catch you guys on the next one.